Your half-brother is a stockbroker. Your half-brother is a stockbroker. The movie tells a true story. The movie tells a true story. His wife is a cop. His wife is a cop. He worked late in the office. He worked late in the office. I finished my homework before dinner. I finished my homework before dinner. She dances salsa on the weekends. She dances salsa on the weekends. The baby is babbling. The baby is babbling. Was it appropriate 1 year ago? Was it appropriate 1 year ago? Must vote occasionally. Must vote occasionally. Is their aunt a secretary? Is their aunt a secretary? He listened to music for a while and then started studying. He listened to music for a while and then started studying. Kicks every day. Kicks every day. You should have arrived at the meeting on time. You should have arrived at the meeting on time. He didn't said a week ago. He didn't said a week ago. I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. Have you seen this movie before it won an award? Have you seen this movie before it won an award? From where I sit, I can see the mountains in the distance. From where I sit, I can see the mountains in the distance. The baby is laughing. The baby is laughing. Wasn't I a monthly barista? Wasn't I a monthly barista? Can you talk to me right now? Can you talk to me right now? I never watch TV. I never watch TV. Is there honey in the pantry? Is there honey in the pantry? They may not be interested in next year. They may not be interested in next year. The Eiffel Tower is the most famous landmark of Paris. The Eiffel Tower is the most famous landmark of Paris. We're throwing a party next Saturday. We're throwing a party next Saturday. Can I speak to a social worker? Can I speak to a social worker? Yes, what about the rest of the countries? Yes, what about the rest of the countries? I read carefully. I read carefully. I wanted to dive into the pool. I wanted to dive into the pool. I'm leaving early today. I'm leaving early today. I need a glass of wine after that stressful day. I need a glass of wine after that stressful day. Can you recommend a good skincare product brand? Can you recommend a good skincare product brand? I don't like to work. I don't like to work. I've already eaten lunch. I've already eaten lunch. After 2 years I am a night watchman. After 2 years I am a night watchman. Don't you cook? Don't you cook? I can't remember. I can't remember. Will they fix it right away? Will they fix it right away? They divorced after 10 years of marriage. They divorced after 10 years of marriage. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. We entertained ourselves with board games. We entertained ourselves with board games. Where are we meeting today to meet friends? Where are we meeting today to meet friends? He studied English for 2 years. He studied English for 2 years. He slept on Sunday. He slept on Sunday. Is he a taxi driver? Is he a taxi driver? You must attend all classes to pass the class, said the professor. You must attend all classes to pass the class, said the professor. By other name. By other name. Number 3 is also solved. Number 3 is also solved. We were driving to our resort. We were driving to our resort. How are you? How are you? The cat licked itself clean. The cat licked itself clean. You can usually recognize. You can usually recognize. Can it fit? Can it fit? I want to close my account. I want to close my account. So it's a classic novel. So it's a classic novel. Doesn't it hold? Doesn't it hold? The horse that the jockey rode won the race. The horse that the jockey rode won the race. There were children in the opposite building. There were children in the opposite building. They have allergies. They have allergies. I can't believe the news I just heard. I can't believe the news I just heard. What's wrong with Sam? What's wrong with Sam? Was your grandson a gynecologist? Was your grandson a gynecologist? I could go home. I could go home. Your wife was a professor. Your wife was a professor. I have to learn everything from scratch. I have to learn everything from scratch. Shouldn't you be spying after an evening? Shouldn't you be spying after an evening? Wouldn't he sing after one night? Wouldn't he sing after one night? I can overcome. I can overcome. I work as a teacher. I work as a teacher. As a result, we need to work together to find a solution. As a result, we need to work together to find a solution. They visited the zoo last month. They visited the zoo last month. She was doing yoga when she heard a loud noise outside. She was doing yoga when she heard a loud noise outside. Because I am busy with my job. Because I am busy with my job. You are responsible for your silence. You are responsible for your silence. Cultural diversity is celebrated in the city. Cultural diversity is celebrated in the city. Will you join the party? Will you join the party? John, what's your vendor ID you're talking about? John, what's your vendor ID you're talking about? His stepfather is a surgeon. His stepfather is a surgeon. Do I need to fast for this test? Do I need to fast for this test? My colleague officer. My colleague officer. Can he log in after a second? Can he log in after a second? Didn't he recognize someone earlier in the morning? Didn't he recognize someone earlier in the morning? I was looking at the dot on the wall. I was looking at the dot on the wall. Tony, shall we play hide and seek with you? Tony, shall we play hide and seek with you? Can we set up a meeting to discuss the progress of the project? Can we set up a meeting to discuss the progress of the project? I always wear a seat belt in the car. I always wear a seat belt in the car. He will graduate from college next year. He will graduate from college next year. Whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? You must attend mandatory safety training. You must attend mandatory safety training. Uncertainty. Uncertainty. I think we need to reevaluate our timeline for this project. I think we need to reevaluate our timeline for this project. You must answer me during your vacation. You must answer me during your vacation. Can I see your passport, please? Can I see your passport, please? I'm in the room with the sink. I'm in the room with the sink. Can't you talk that loud? Other people are trying to work. Can't you talk that loud? Other people are trying to work. Do you sometimes become a civil engineer? Do you sometimes become a civil engineer? Can they watch? Can they watch? Support. Support. The evening sky was a beautiful shade of orange. The evening sky was a beautiful shade of orange. Few tickets left for the concert. few tickets left for the concert. Let me know if you want to come to the party. Let me know if you want to come to the party. Hides. Hides. You were not nervous. You were not nervous. He needs to be prepared for his presentation tomorrow. He needs to be prepared for his presentation tomorrow. I will retire in 10 years. I will retire in 10 years. He has too few friends to invite to his party. He has too few friends to invite to his party. I need to buy food weekly. I need to buy food weekly. Are there any loyalty rewards? Are there any loyalty rewards? He shaves every day. He shaves every day. Citizens were asked to provide identification at the ballot box. Citizens were asked to provide identification at the ballot box. They said, "We're going to have a party at our house this weekend." They said, "We're going to have a party at our house this weekend." We forgive and forget. We forgive and forget. Was your spouse a coroner? Was your spouse a coroner? Especially beef. Especially beef. Will it always be the basis? Will it always be the basis? The house is out of the reach of mortals. The house is out of the reach of mortals. The shop is around the corner. The shop is around the corner. She needs to apologize to her friend for hurting her feelings. She needs to apologize to her friend for hurting her feelings. 10 years. 10 years. You shouldn't be on the roof. You shouldn't be on the roof. I'm going on a trip to England to learn about their culture and customs. I'm going on a trip to England to learn about their culture and customs. Wakes up. Wakes up. Let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to do this. If he calls me, I will answer the phone. If he calls me, I will answer the phone. We should not send. We should not send. I'm in the room with the dresser. I'm in the room with the dresser. When I woke up, he had already gone to work. When I woke up, he had already gone to work. You should not share your passwords with anyone. You should not share your passwords with anyone. Monthly leave. Monthly leave. Please stay calm and give yourself time to heal. Please stay calm and give yourself time to heal. Are there stepdads managers? Are there stepdads managers? Are you organized? Are you organized? I love the smell of freshly cut grass. I love the smell of freshly cut grass. He should be at the airport by 6 p.m. He should be at the airport by 6 p.m. He fell asleep on the sofa. He fell asleep on the sofa. Generally. Generally. To continue. To continue. What did I touch? What did I touch? Sometimes you just can't survive. Sometimes you just can't survive. Is her grandson a florist? Is her grandson a florist? I wrote a letter to my friend. I wrote a letter to my friend. I can't shoot warriors every year. I can't shoot warriors every year. Build, grow. Build, grow. We aim for the dawn. We aim for the dawn. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of money. Will you design often? Will you design often? Not a combine harvester at sunset. Not a combine harvester at sunset. Before we get started, let's get to our agenda. Before we get started, let's get to our agenda. Your son is an actor. Your son is an actor. I have to appear. I have to appear. Could he be a politician? Could he be a politician? If he doesn't understand, explain again. If he doesn't understand, explain again. My colleague officer. My colleague officer. Email received yesterday. Email received yesterday. The company is improving its customer service. The company is improving its customer service. He could play the guitar masterfully. He could play the guitar masterfully. He attended all classes, so he passed the course. He attended all classes, so he passed the course. Always be prepared for the unexpected. Always be prepared for the unexpected. Stop by. Stop by. Can he come to the party? Can he come to the party? We would like to invite you to our wedding. We would like to invite you to our wedding. They go to the amusement park on holidays. They go to the amusement park on holidays. Do you want to play football with me? Do you want to play football with me? We're late for the movie. We're late for the movie. We adopted a dog to have a loyal friend. We adopted a dog to have a loyal friend. He had always wanted to visit Paris, and he finally did. He had always wanted to visit Paris, and he finally did. Did they become a tailor in 2 seconds before? Did they become a tailor in 2 seconds before? They contain important information. They contain important information. They had already decided on the menu before I arrived. They had already decided on the menu before I arrived. I was spilling often. I was spilling often. Do I accept your offer? Do I accept your offer? It can be prepared in an afternoon. It can be prepared in an afternoon. This is my house. This is my house. I can't save often. I can't save often. Students are participating in a school activity. Students are participating in a school activity. Didn't they do a manicure at noon? Didn't they do a manicure at noon? Our staff is here to make your visit enjoyable. Our staff is here to make your visit enjoyable. They got it now. They got it now. They want to learn to play the guitar. They want to learn to play the guitar. He used to calculate often. He used to calculate often. Is our brother a neurologist? Is our brother a neurologist? Did they collect? Did they collect? Despite heavy traffic, we managed to reach our destination. Despite heavy traffic, we managed to reach our destination. Was my sister a beekeeper? Was my sister a beekeeper? Can we go? Can we go? These are my pet's toys. These are my pet's toys. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. You're going to visit your grandparents next weekend. You're going to visit your grandparents next weekend. They are learning to swim this summer. They are learning to swim this summer. Dash Super Kids Dennis love donkeys, donkey toys. Dash Super Kids Dennis love donkeys, donkey toys. Do not know how. Do not know how. Can they handle it? Can they handle it? They argued over the little things, so they decided to seek couples therapy. They argued over the little things, so they decided to seek couples therapy. The bird perched on the branch chirped happily. The bird perched on the branch chirped happily. Was my sister a beekeeper? Was my sister a beekeeper? Are you going to the airport soon? Are you going to the airport soon? We doubt his intentions. We doubt his intentions. Is there a toy aisle in this store? Is there a toy aisle in this store? He can fix the broken lamp. He can fix the broken lamp. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. Does this creature actually exist? Does this creature actually exist? The food is delicious. The food is delicious. John's ticket complexity is greater and always more complex than other teams' member tickets. John's ticket complexity is greater and always more complex than other teams' member tickets. His wife is a geologist. His wife is a geologist. I'm in a room with 2 windows. I'm in a room with 2 windows. We can have a picnic in the park. We can have a picnic in the park. Was our grandfather a fireman? Was our grandfather a fireman? I will study in the library. I will study in the library. You have no idea. You have no idea. Can I taste this juice sample? Can I taste this juice sample? I'm not going to be a banker every month. I'm not going to be a banker every month. Your friend was the mayor. Your friend was the mayor. Is my nephew a cop? Is my nephew a cop? How was the weekend? How was the weekend? The blue whale is the largest mammal on the planet. The blue whale is the largest mammal on the planet. She likes to do yoga in the evenings. She likes to do yoga in the evenings. It didn't change every week. It didn't change every week. We had already finished the project before the presentation. We had already finished the project before the presentation. We had visited that city many times before we decided to move there. We had visited that city many times before we decided to move there. Do you want to play football with me? Do you want to play football with me? He wears a hat to protect himself from the sun. He wears a hat to protect himself from the sun. What should you do if you meet the Queen? What should you do if you meet the Queen? He can have dinner with his family tonight. He can have dinner with his family tonight. His health is improving after the surgery. His health is improving after the surgery. They want to start their own business. They want to start their own business. I don't know why you are doing this. I don't know why you are doing this. Forest. Forest. Will it finish? Will it finish? Then 1 in the morning it wouldn't shake. Then 1 in the morning it wouldn't shake. I made pasta for dinner. I made pasta for dinner. You shouldn't be texting and walking at the same time. You shouldn't be texting and walking at the same time. You enter school. You enter school. The company he founded is now a global company. The company he founded is now a global company. Can you lend me your phone charger, please? Can you lend me your phone charger, please? Will he get it? Will he get it? Was our nephew a watchman? Was our nephew a watchman? Your son is an operator. Your son is an operator. We have the food delivered to our door. We have the food delivered to our door. Continuous learning is important for personal development. Continuous learning is important for personal development. You can give a job. You can give a job. By the time you read this, I will have gone on vacation. By the time you read this, I will have gone on vacation. I want to buy a new car. I want to buy a new car. Can draw beautiful pictures. Can draw beautiful pictures. He waited for his girlfriend at the airport. He waited for his girlfriend at the airport. May I not recognize? May I not recognize? To exercise. To exercise. The weather is too cold for swimming. The weather is too cold for swimming. Was I always an agent? Was I always an agent? She knows how to cook. She knows how to cook. You should have reserved a table in the restaurant. You should have reserved a table in the restaurant. He can retire after 3 days. He can retire after 3 days. Was her mother-in-law an assistant lawyer? Was her mother-in-law an assistant lawyer? Couldn't he sometimes point out? Couldn't he sometimes point out? They'll be playing video games all night tonight. They'll be playing video games all night tonight. I'm happy. I'm happy. They play with pleasure. They play with pleasure. He has been battling cancer for several years. He has been battling cancer for several years. I'm going to college. I'm going to college. Was your grandfather a cook? Was your grandfather a cook? The movie was shot in Hollywood. The movie was shot in Hollywood. It could be. It could be. May not be a psychiatrist often. May not be a psychiatrist often. Don't you drink? Don't you drink? Were you angry? Were you angry? Make your husband pay. Make your husband pay. The museum opens at 9 a.m. The museum opens at 9 a.m. The company is expanding its product range. The company is expanding its product range. We do not control. We do not control. His stepfather is a scientist. His stepfather is a scientist. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm not sure if I'm the best person for you. I'm not sure if I'm the best person for you. We organized a charity event to collect donations for a good cause. We organized a charity event to collect donations for a good cause. I shouldn't wear. I shouldn't wear. Your stepdaughter's shepherd. Your stepdaughter's shepherd. How long will it take to get my test results back? How long will it take to get my test results back? Do I have to work? Do I have to work? What do I say? What do I say? There are many different dialects of English. There are many different dialects of English. How do you work? How do you work? Beyond the horizon, there is a new adventure waiting for you. Beyond the horizon, there is a new adventure waiting for you. Can I get a refund for this product? Can I get a refund for this product? How can you be late? How can you be late? My lottery ticket is lost. My lottery ticket is lost. I don't know if I want to know what you know. I don't know if I want to know what you know. I'm in the shower room. I'm in the shower room. Human trafficking is a big problem all over the world. Human trafficking is a big problem all over the world. They were magicians. They were magicians. The team was winning by a hair's margin. The team was winning by a hair's margin. They should not be announced. They should not be announced. I have a big family, he told me. I have a big family, he told me. He will start his new job next week. He will start his new job next week. Let's talk about the past. Let's talk about the past. Can't we read next year? Can't we read next year? I will cook dinner tonight. I will cook dinner tonight. I'm looking for a place to park my car. Do you know where I can do it on campus? I'm looking for a place to park my car. Do you know where I can do it on campus? Traveling is not comfortable. Traveling is not comfortable. We blamed ourselves for the delay. We blamed ourselves for the delay. I will bond with my friends while having a drink. I will bond with my friends while having a drink. I ate some chocolate for dessert. I ate some chocolate for dessert. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Can I return it if I am not satisfied? Can I return it if I am not satisfied? Lisa is my sister. Lisa is my sister. Do you have gluten-free options for waffles? Do you have gluten-free options for waffles? The team's effort was deemed insufficient to advance to the next round. The team's effort was deemed insufficient to advance to the next round. I'm going to join an English-speaking group. I'm going to join an English-speaking group. It can kill after 5 nights. It can kill after 5 nights. Do I never measure? Do I never measure? In 10 years I will be living in Australia. In 10 years I will be living in Australia. Will it always be the basis? Will it always be the basis? I will play. I will play. I speak good English now. I speak good English now. Do you have gluten-free options for pastries? Do you have gluten-free options for pastries? Answer. Answer. Are the summers hot where you live? Are the summers hot where you live? He was a sailor at dusk. He was a sailor at dusk. Can you continue? Can you continue? Did we hook up last year? Did we hook up last year? They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. Your nephew was ambassador. Your nephew was ambassador. How much does a plane ticket cost? How much does a plane ticket cost? Can't be a tradesman after a year? Can't be a tradesman after a year? You didn't see him yesterday, did you? You didn't see him yesterday, did you? Can't I save? Can't I save? Aren't you selected at noon? Aren't you selected at noon? They learn English to communicate with others. They learn English to communicate with others. Don't you include at night time? Don't you include at night time? The car I'm interested in buying is a convertible. The car I'm interested in buying is a convertible. The crowd laughed at the lawyer's late arrival. The crowd laughed at the lawyer's late arrival. Public support is essential for success. Public support is essential for success. Will often be the postman. Will often be the postman. Can we extend it in 4 minutes? Can we extend it in 4 minutes? Can I return it if I am not satisfied? Can I return it if I am not satisfied? Couldn't sleep because it was so noisy. Couldn't sleep because it was so noisy. Please give me time, let me check. Please give me time, let me check. They are never translators. They are never translators. If the weather is nice, we will go on a picnic. If the weather is nice, we will go on a picnic. Was strong. Was strong. I wish I was rich. I wish I was rich. Wouldn't it be a clerk? Wouldn't it be a clerk? I am also reading. I am also reading. They are dancing at the party. They are dancing at the party. The international community consists of states, international organizations and NGOs. The international community consists of states, international organizations and NGOs. It is important to take a break while studying. It is important to take a break while studying. Are his half-brothers artists? Are his half-brothers artists? It was very cold last winter. It was very cold last winter. Is he assessing at 4 in the morning? Is he assessing at 4 in the morning? His neighbor was a welder. His neighbor was a welder. She's a blogger soon. She's a blogger soon. Then I can clean it. Then I can clean it. You should get well soon. You should get well soon. We had 3 commissioning jobs. We had 3 commissioning jobs. How often does it come to us? How often does it come to us? I could not be a notary public before. I could not be a notary public before. If I had his number, I would call him. If I had his number, I would call him. He goes to the park on the weekends. He goes to the park on the weekends. Did you ask all of us? Did you ask all of us? Can you post every week? Can you post every week? They may not be tailors every month. They may not be tailors every month. His spirit is good. His spirit is good. Our half-brother was a songwriter. Our half-brother was a songwriter. He watched the plant grow taller and taller. He watched the plant grow taller and taller. These are my friends. These are my friends. Is there anything you want to ask? Is there anything you want to ask? You shouldn't judge. You shouldn't judge. Do you have plant-based options? Do you have plant-based options? Is my stepbrother a translator? Is my stepbrother a translator? My grandson was the caretaker. My grandson was the caretaker. Properly. Properly. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. Recipe. Recipe. Were we sometimes? Were we sometimes? We will invest at night. We will invest at night. I need to buy new shoes. I need to buy new shoes. Students who work hard always get good grades. Students who work hard always get good grades. Does it drop after one night? Does it drop after one night? He did not pass the test because he did not understand the subject. He did not pass the test because he did not understand the subject. My teacher told me, you did a great job on the project. My teacher told me, you did a great job on the project. I definitely danced at my wedding. I definitely danced at my wedding. He borrowed my pen. He borrowed my pen. Can it promote at dusk? Can it promote at dusk? I accept your offer. I accept your offer. Can you be sure now? Can you be sure now? We didn't become blacksmiths right away. We didn't become blacksmiths right away. The development of new technology required significant investments. The development of new technology required significant investments. The food of the restaurant we went to last night was very good. The food of the restaurant we went to last night was very good. I need a vacation. I need a vacation. It didn't fall right away. It didn't fall right away. Were they jockeys next year? Were they jockeys next year? Do we have to wear it at sunrise? Do we have to wear it at sunrise? Flowers were blooming in the garden. Flowers were blooming in the garden. Negative. Negative. He doesn't like coffee. He doesn't like coffee. You need to lower your stress level, the doctor said. You need to lower your stress level, the doctor said. Shouldn't we be athletes every day? Shouldn't we be athletes every day? He is never a cop. He is never a cop. Could not manage. Could not manage. Eat before everyone is served. Eat before everyone is served. Shouldn't you be paired after a day? Shouldn't you be paired after a day? They lived happily ever after. They lived happily ever after. Do you have any siblings? Do you have any siblings? Shouldn't he be the judge? Shouldn't he be the judge? I talked to my boss about my raise. I talked to my boss about my raise. This is the biggest pizza I've ever seen. This is the biggest pizza I've ever seen. I need an interpreter. I need an interpreter. I'm going to teach someone English. I'm going to teach someone English. Don't you see the "no smoking" sign? You cannot smoke here. Don't you see the "no smoking" sign? You cannot smoke here. Is this the correct museum way? Is this the correct museum way? The car needs to go to the mechanic. Shall we go together? The car needs to go to the mechanic. Shall we go together? Are you in this class? Are you in this class? The issue discussed at the meeting has been resolved. The issue discussed at the meeting has been resolved. I think we should avoid crowded places. I think we should avoid crowded places. I will not leave until I finish this mission. I will not leave until I finish this mission. Shouldn't we be driving at dusk? Shouldn't we be driving at dusk? The piano is the hardest instrument to learn. The piano is the hardest instrument to learn. Will it fail after one day? Will it fail after one day? His stepmother is a civil engineer. His stepmother is a civil engineer. Was I studying when you called? Was I studying when you called? Should you say it often? Should you say it often? Was his grandson a jeweler? Was his grandson a jeweler? Let's review the budget for the next quarter. Let's review the budget for the next quarter. We visited our grandparents many times. We visited our grandparents many times. Was his stepson an aviator? Was his stepson an aviator? They are pushed annually. They are pushed annually. Let's have dinner after the movie. Let's have dinner after the movie. I don't want to drink too much and get sick. I don't want to drink too much and get sick. Don't they run? Don't they run? Pressure can prevent you from thinking clearly. Pressure can prevent you from thinking clearly. Backward compatibility. Backward compatibility. We were waiting for the train to arrive at the station. We were waiting for the train to arrive at the station. Does he watch TV in the evenings? Does he watch TV in the evenings? The rest of the job. The rest of the job. Let me know if you want to go out and eat. Let me know if you want to go out and eat. He wants to go shopping. He wants to go shopping. Why are we meeting? Why are we meeting? He would rather play basketball than football. He would rather play basketball than football. Can you list the remaining jobs? Can you list the remaining jobs? She was taking a shower after training in the gym. She was taking a shower after training in the gym. Are you sure now? Are you sure now? Must accept. Must accept. Is your aunt a maid? Is your aunt a maid? The party was so much fun and we danced all night. The party was so much fun and we danced all night. Do you know any foreign language? Do you know any foreign language? You didn't see him yesterday, did you? You didn't see him yesterday, did you? You will often be the second man. You will often be the second man. Should we match? Should we match? We have to wear uniforms at work. We have to wear uniforms at work. If I had a bigger house, I would throw parties. If I had a bigger house, I would throw parties. He is watching a movie in the cinema. He is watching a movie in the cinema. I'll send you a postcard from my trip. I'll send you a postcard from my trip. He won the competition. He won the competition. We'll sort it later. We'll sort it later. Should we go to the gynecologist after 3 a.m.? Should we go to the gynecologist after 3 a.m.? I eat an apple after my father sleeps. I eat an apple after my father sleeps. Write longer, please. Write longer, please. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? They practice their acting skills. They practice their acting skills. Do you want to go shopping? Do you want to go shopping? I play tennis. I play tennis. I have a cough. I have a cough. I'm happy. I'm happy. One our double rooms cost $120 per night. One our double rooms cost $120 per night. Was my grandson a spy? Was my grandson a spy? I wasn't limited last year. I wasn't limited last year. Set your goals and create a plan to achieve them. Set your goals and create a plan to achieve them. They cleaned their house before the guests arrived. They cleaned their house before the guests arrived. Many trees fell after that storm. Many trees fell after that storm. Got work in 2 weeks. Got work in 2 weeks. Flowers are blooming in the garden. Flowers are blooming in the garden. We motivated ourselves to finish the race. We motivated ourselves to finish the race. For I am in the room with the toys. For I am in the room with the toys. We used to go skiing every winter. We used to go skiing every winter. The report was reviewed by the inspector. The report was reviewed by the inspector. The company was experiencing financial difficulties. The company was experiencing financial difficulties. They had been working for weeks before the big game and it paid off. They had been working for weeks before the big game and it paid off. Workers were repairing the roof of the house. Workers were repairing the roof of the house. Should not be a virologist every year. Should not be a virologist every year. He'll get angry if you don't apologize. He'll get angry if you don't apologize. The new shirt is more fashionable than the old one. The new shirt is more fashionable than the old one. I wish I could take a moment right now. I wish I could take a moment right now. He enjoys listening to classical music. He enjoys listening to classical music. I was a little sick last night. I was a little sick last night. It doesn't feel every day. It doesn't feel every day. We remove. We remove. Is my stepdaughter a cook? Is my stepdaughter a cook? My sister made the cake. My sister made the cake. Can you recognize the author of this book? Can you recognize the author of this book? My mother passed away. My mother passed away. I can't afford a new car. I can't afford a new car. Could you please change the next page? Could you please change the next page? What a comfortable bed. What a comfortable bed. Disappoint. Disappoint. Can you help me find the nearest gas station? Can you help me find the nearest gas station? I was with Tom. I was with Tom. I wish I had the opportunity to live abroad. I would learn a new language. I wish I had the opportunity to live abroad. I would learn a new language. The dog attacked the postman. The dog attacked the postman. I will take 3 days off. I will take 3 days off. It can kill after 5 nights. It can kill after 5 nights. Possession of alcohol in public. Possession of alcohol in public. We cannot always impose. We cannot always impose. He was singing while cooking dinner. He was singing while cooking dinner. You have to study for the upcoming exam. You have to study for the upcoming exam. We were not rarely sheriffs. We were not rarely sheriffs. Breakfast is served from 7 a.m. Breakfast is served from 7 a.m. I don't want to drink alcohol. I don't want to drink alcohol. Are you married? Are you married? The education system in the country needed reform. The education system in the country needed reform. What should I do now? What should I do now? Any cheese left? Any cheese left? Will they join us for the game? Will they join us for the game? Uncertainty. Uncertainty. Because of this decision, our company's profits increased. Because of this decision, our company's profits increased. These pens are brand new. These pens are brand new. The baby was crawling on the floor. The baby was crawling on the floor. Shouldn't you be a lobbyist for 10 years? Shouldn't you be a lobbyist for 10 years? Go on, please. Go on, please. Did they play 2 months ago? Did they play 2 months ago? Does he watch TV every day? Does he watch TV every day? I'm going to give a presentation next week. I'm going to give a presentation next week. Are their cousins chefs? Are their cousins chefs? Is it pressing every day? Is it pressing every day? When did you go to school? When did you go to school? Aren't we taxi drivers at night? Aren't we taxi drivers at night? Recommend. Recommend. Haven't we refereed before? Haven't we refereed before? After we cast our votes, we left the ballot box. After we cast our votes, we left the ballot box. Disposition. Disposition. He bought a new suit to attend a formal event. He bought a new suit to attend a formal event. I have never visited Italy. I have never visited Italy. Social. Social. When did he leave? When did he leave? Isn't he always a philosopher? Isn't he always a philosopher? All my secrets. All my secrets. He cooked dinner for his family. He cooked dinner for his family. Despite being young, he has accomplished a lot in his career. Despite being young, he has accomplished a lot in his career. Rarely can you improve? Rarely can you improve? What is your favorite recipe? What is your favorite recipe? Would it bring an annual? Would it bring an annual? He may ask you for help. He may ask you for help. They will plant flowers in the garden. They will plant flowers in the garden. Was her daughter an illusionist? Was her daughter an illusionist? The house is out of the reach of mortals. The house is out of the reach of mortals. Let me tag you in the chat about which topic they are talking about. Let me tag you in the chat about which topic they are talking about. 5 nights later he is mayor. 5 nights later he is mayor. They are your sisters. They are your sisters. I sleep 8 hours a night. I sleep 8 hours a night. Stairs. Stairs. Where is the glass? Where is the glass? Attractive. Attractive. He should have studied harder for the exam. He should have studied harder for the exam. They discuss the problem with their teacher. They discuss the problem with their teacher. How much? How much? What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? I will start a new hobby next month. I will start a new hobby next month. We must start or we cannot finish. We must start or we cannot finish. Don't we solve it often? Don't we solve it often? Can you fill out this form before your appointment? Can you fill out this form before your appointment? Special. Special. He likes to read books. He likes to read books. They will be buying a new car soon. They will be buying a new car soon. He plays basketball. He plays basketball. What a beautiful sunset. What a beautiful sunset. We couldn't find the correct address. We couldn't find the correct address. We cannot recommend. We cannot recommend. The daughter was proud of her father's achievements. The daughter was proud of her father's achievements. Go on, please. Go on, please. We are listening carefully. We are listening carefully. The sun rises from the east. The sun rises from the east. You won't catch it every year. You won't catch it every year. The bird perched on the branch chirped happily. The bird perched on the branch chirped happily. How exciting! How exciting! Can't you add noon? Can't you add noon? Sometimes we didn't get along. Sometimes we didn't get along. Was I shedding every week? Was I shedding every week? We used to go camping in the summer. We used to go camping in the summer. Even if it is time-consuming, learning a new language is worth it. Even if it is time-consuming, learning a new language is worth it. You didn't tell us anything. You didn't tell us anything. Should you approach often? Should you approach often? Can't they be nurses later? Can't they be nurses later? I can't go to the concert. I already have plans. I can't go to the concert. I already have plans. He washes the dishes after dinner. He washes the dishes after dinner. Can I take effect after 1 week? Can I take effect after 1 week? I feel dizzy. I feel dizzy. If I have time, I will help you with your project. If I have time, I will help you with your project. Today is the year of death of the founder of our country. Today is the year of death of the founder of our country. How much is a can of soda? How much is a can of soda? He has a cold. He has a cold. I'll meet you at the library after class. I'll meet you at the library after class. Will not travel weekly. Will not travel weekly. Couldn't you have shouted 5 days ago? Couldn't you have shouted 5 days ago? I think pizza tastes better than hamburgers. I think pizza tastes better than hamburgers. Uncertainty. Uncertainty. How do you spell it? How do you spell it? I'll take the trash out later tonight. I'll take the trash out later tonight. We cannot be factory workers in the twilight. We cannot be factory workers in the twilight. I usually sit at the front of the bus. I usually sit at the front of the bus. I go to the market to buy food for my cat. I go to the market to buy food for my cat. Would you like to come with us? Would you like to come with us? Connecting with people is an important skill in any profession. Connecting with people is an important skill in any profession. You rarely have to let go. You rarely have to let go. We had the plumber fix the broken sink. We had the plumber fix the broken sink. I wish I had invested in the stock market earlier. I wish I had invested in the stock market earlier. As the finish. As the finish. I will be living. I will be living. As we talked. As we talked. We will not be ambassadors right away. We will not be ambassadors right away. Then the president at 3 a.m.? Then the president at 3 a.m.? My birthday is in June. My birthday is in June. I'll be waiting for you at the restaurant at 7 p.m. I'll be waiting for you at the restaurant at 7 p.m. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Was his grandfather an ambassador? Was his grandfather an ambassador? The judge? The judge? If we have enough money, we will go shopping. If we have enough money, we will go shopping. Was not visible now. Was not visible now. I shouldn't swim occasionally. I shouldn't swim occasionally. How many do you want? How many do you want? He stood behind her as he spoke. He stood behind her as he spoke. Car looks good. Car looks good. The next part of this journey went much faster. The next part of this journey went much faster. Do we need to do anything for my web address? Do we need to do anything for my web address? Was his half-brother a model? Was his half-brother a model? These are talented musicians. These are talented musicians. Could not be organized weekly. Could not be organized weekly. I teach children English. I teach children English. Didn't have surgery right away. Didn't have surgery right away. Didn't he go to jail often? Didn't he go to jail often? I have a flat set of sticks. I have a flat set of sticks. Didn't we check? Didn't we check? Do you have to run? Do you have to run? Where are we meeting? Where are we meeting? He didn't pass the exam, did he? He didn't pass the exam, did he? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? He can go to a job interview. He can go to a job interview. Understand what I mean. Understand what I mean. They are my friends. They are my friends. They had their dogs groomed at the pet shop. They had their dogs groomed at the pet shop. My husband is a cop. My husband is a cop. The dog brings a ball. The dog brings a ball. Doesn't she remember? Doesn't she remember? We had already bought tickets when the concert was cancelled. We had already bought tickets when the concert was cancelled. Is there a pharmacy in the store? Is there a pharmacy in the store? I can take a vacation next month. I can take a vacation next month. I can speak for the adjustment of the training. I can speak for the adjustment of the training. Could the virologist be 10 years? Could the virologist be 10 years? The company should have offered better benefits. The company should have offered better benefits. Why don't we go hiking in the mountains? Why don't we go hiking in the mountains? They practice their acting skills. They practice their acting skills. I wrote the article. I wrote the article. He loves playing basketball. He loves playing basketball. His daughter was a grocer. His daughter was a grocer. Both parties must be willing to work together. Both parties must be willing to work together. What is the capital of the United States of America? What is the capital of the United States of America? Don't they approve? Don't they approve? I am a parent and I want to help my children succeed. I am a parent and I want to help my children succeed. They lived in the same city for years before they met each other. They lived in the same city for years before they met each other. Actually, I was working with John too. Actually, I was working with John too. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? He will have completed his research next week. He will have completed his research next week. He needs to fix the broken window. He needs to fix the broken window. My father will come to my school for me. My father will come to my school for me. I may be late for our appointment. I may be late for our appointment. Can you analyze? Can you analyze? We went to the cinema to watch a new movie. We went to the cinema to watch a new movie. Then they don't sell. Then they don't sell. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see anything. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see anything. The beach is very crowded in summer. The beach is very crowded in summer. Be careful. Be careful. Can you tell me where the dairy section is? Can you tell me where the dairy section is? Can I have the last piece of pizza, please? Can I have the last piece of pizza, please? No points after 2 weeks? No points after 2 weeks? Can't they be soldiers often? Can't they be soldiers often? We will have dinner. We will have dinner. He has to take care of his younger siblings. He has to take care of his younger siblings. I went to a modeling agency. I went to a modeling agency. He was singing a song when he forgot the words. He was singing a song when he forgot the words. The prison schedule is quarterly. The prison schedule is quarterly. Can't you make that much noise? I'm trying to concentrate. Can't you make that much noise? I'm trying to concentrate. You could have threatened 1 night ago. You could have threatened 1 night ago. He watched a movie last night. He watched a movie last night. Did you play video games all evening? Did you play video games all evening? We must take responsibility for our actions. We must take responsibility for our actions. Do they need to explode right away? Do they need to explode right away? Search and rescue teams. Search and rescue teams. Custom. Custom. Should do. Should do. They would win. They would win. Perception. Perception. The book is so interesting, I couldn't put it down. The book is so interesting, I couldn't put it down. He teaches. He teaches. We will always be together. We will always be together. We are contacting you. We are contacting you. They can be removed on a weekly basis. They can be removed on a weekly basis. We'll replace it at dawn. We'll replace it at dawn. Not wearing. Not wearing. The baby cries loudly. The baby cries loudly. Could be a famous chef. Could be a famous chef. Is his friend a manager? Is his friend a manager? Immediately after I finished my meal, I fell asleep and went to bed. Immediately after I finished my meal, I fell asleep and went to bed. We have been volunteering at the local shelter for a month. We have been volunteering at the local shelter for a month. Wasn't he the operator at sunrise? Wasn't he the operator at sunrise? It doesn't feel every day. It doesn't feel every day. Now he can be an illusionist. Now he can be an illusionist. Should it explore normally? Should it explore normally? He talked to his manager. He talked to his manager. Are you married? Are you married? Will not wage war every year. Will not wage war every year. Can't you watch every week? Can't you watch every week? Do you mind if I examine your throat? Do you mind if I examine your throat? Going on vacation is exciting. Going on vacation is exciting. In 3 hours we have to shout. In 3 hours we have to shout. This is your sense of humor. This is your sense of humor. Did we say normal? Did we say normal? I have a wonderful memory of our trip to the beach last summer. I have a wonderful memory of our trip to the beach last summer. Did you hear this song? It has a very beautiful melody. Did you hear this song? It has a very beautiful melody. He will buy a new house. He will buy a new house. Should not be discovered. Should not be discovered. You don't have to worry about what other people think of you. Just be yourself. You don't have to worry about what other people think of you. Just be yourself. After 3 months, I have to become a journeyman. After 3 months, I have to become a journeyman. Didn't they become a secretary next year? Didn't they become a secretary next year? This ticket is part of my job. This ticket is part of my job. He played video games with his older brother. He played video games with his older brother. Are your grandchildren barbers? Are your grandchildren barbers? She's cooking dinner for the family. She's cooking dinner for the family. I won't go out if it's scary. I won't go out if it's scary. I was put. If I finish my work early, I will go to the cinema. If I finish my work early, I will go to the cinema. Me and my brother are going to school. Me and my brother are going to school. I will create at sunrise. I will create at sunrise. If it is possible. If it is possible. A perfect day would be spent at the beach. A perfect day would be spent at the beach. I need to book a hotel for my upcoming trip. I need to book a hotel for my upcoming trip. Weren't they programmers last year? Weren't they programmers last year? How incredible! How incredible! We went swimming in the lake. We went swimming in the lake. Are there any delivery services? Are there any delivery services? What movie did you watch over the weekend? What movie did you watch over the weekend? You will enjoy a nice dinner with your family tonight. You will enjoy a nice dinner with your family tonight. I will have finished my homework before dinner. I will have finished my homework before dinner. You must not suffer. You must not suffer. It's okay, I'll find something. It's okay, I'll find something. Wasn't he the postman every month? Wasn't he the postman every month? He rewarded himself with a day off. He rewarded himself with a day off. The suitcase is too heavy to carry. The suitcase is too heavy to carry. Held at 5 o'clock the previous evening? Held at 5 o'clock the previous evening? Your uncle was a blacksmith. Your uncle was a blacksmith. You won't be a designer soon. You won't be a designer soon. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. He asked. He asked. Not convinced. Not convinced. Food tastes bad, I don't like it. Food tastes bad, I don't like it. You are not closed. You are not closed. You shouldn't retire next year. You shouldn't retire next year. I worked at the school for 1 year. I worked at the school for 1 year. I like pop music more than classical music. I like pop music more than classical music. Fake. Fake. I saw a cow in the city. I saw a cow in the city. Are our grandchildren singers? Are our grandchildren singers? Had met. Had met. I have a new job, he said. I have a new job, he said. After 3 months, you can go to the doctor. After 3 months, you can go to the doctor. Untimely. Untimely. Small shops. Small shops. His cousins were notaries. His cousins were notaries. It was connecting now. It was connecting now. He is not close. He is not close. As you know, we organize a competition every week. As you know, we organize a competition every week. I could see the twinkling stars in the night sky. I could see the twinkling stars in the night sky. I wish I had a bigger house. I wish I had a bigger house. When the meeting is over, he will be talking for 2 hours. When the meeting is over, he will be talking for 2 hours. The car I want to buy is blue. The car I want to buy is blue. Tony played guitar last year. Tony played guitar last year. The death toll from the earthquake was high. The death toll from the earthquake was high. Your brothers were librarians. Your brothers were librarians. Shouldn't we be journeymen in 2 nights? Shouldn't we be journeymen in 2 nights? He works as a doctor. He works as a doctor. He is on the phone with his friend. He is on the phone with his friend. I think we should address this issue and have a meeting with the Ankara team for other tickets. I think we should address this issue and have a meeting with the Ankara team for other tickets. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. These are wet umbrellas. These are wet umbrellas. There is a secret cave under the surface. There is a secret cave under the surface. We should not pay after 1 hour. We should not pay after 1 hour. Relationships with animals come naturally to some people. Relationships with animals come naturally to some people. We need to test this plan before we implement it. We need to test this plan before we implement it. I can speak for education. I can speak for education. What do you get? What do you get? We studied English grammar. We studied English grammar. I saw a man. I saw a man. He didn't force it 3 hours ago. He didn't force it 3 hours ago. We are aware of this. We are aware of this. Where can I find personal hygiene products? Where can I find personal hygiene products? The letter was written in haste. The letter was written in haste. The guests were coming to the party. The guests were coming to the party. He was studying medicine at university. He was studying medicine at university. Let me think. Let me think. Which house is yours? Which house is yours? To go past. To go past. Let me open the door for you. Let me open the door for you. He gave me a present. He gave me a present. Won't we be connecting? Won't we be connecting? The peer review process is important in scientific research. The peer review process is important in scientific research. We packed our bags before we went on vacation. We packed our bags before we went on vacation. The baby is laughing. The baby is laughing. I think we need to find some solutions. I think we need to find some solutions. I'm in the room with the snacks. I'm in the room with the snacks. 2. I am not sure I can do this. 2. I am not sure I can do this. They joined a hiking club to explore the mountains. They joined a hiking club to explore the mountains. I'll help you with your homework when I've finished mine. I'll help you with your homework when I've finished mine. The smell of freshly brewed coffee woke me up. The smell of freshly brewed coffee woke me up. Should grow by noon. Should grow by noon. Shouldn't you be putting 4 weekends back? Shouldn't you be putting 4 weekends back? The clock on the wall is ticking. The clock on the wall is ticking. Are your kids rappers? Are your kids rappers? They can be librarians at noon. They can be librarians at noon. After 5 evenings it wouldn't focus. After 5 evenings it wouldn't focus. We lived in the same neighborhood for years before we became friends. We lived in the same neighborhood for years before we became friends. I have a concern. I have a concern. Banner impressions and click were working fine. Banner impressions and click were working fine. We paint the walls. We paint the walls. I'll call you later today. I'll call you later today. Your relatives were investors. Your relatives were investors. What it looks like. What it looks like. Outside. Outside. Their stepmother is an optician. Their stepmother is an optician. The book was written by a famous author. The book was written by a famous author. Doesn't he come back every day? Doesn't he come back every day? The report was reviewed by the inspector. The report was reviewed by the inspector. It didn't work last year. It didn't work last year. They like to go jogging in the morning. They like to go jogging in the morning. Can't they assume? Can't they assume? We watched movies all day. We watched movies all day. We'll review. We'll review. Do you have to apply? Do you have to apply? You should listen to your parents. You should listen to your parents. Become a receptionist after 2 days. Become a receptionist after 2 days. Never an editor? Never an editor? Couldn't they be lifeguards last year? Couldn't they be lifeguards last year? We couldn't threaten 5 weeks ago. We couldn't threaten 5 weeks ago. I want to show them. I want to show them. We were able to find a good hotel for our trip. We were able to find a good hotel for our trip. We had dinner around 8 o'clock. We had dinner around 8 o'clock. Represent. Represent. I love climbing mountains and discovering new roads. I love climbing mountains and discovering new roads. Then we will play football in the park. Then we will play football in the park. Your mother asked me to take care of you. Your mother asked me to take care of you. He never misses his morning tea. He never misses his morning tea. I cook weekly. I cook weekly. The computer I am using is brand new. The computer I am using is brand new. Did you have a nice trip? Did you have a nice trip? I was an athlete every month. I was an athlete every month. Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? He poured himself a cup of coffee. He poured himself a cup of coffee. The car was parked in front of the house. The car was parked in front of the house. Wouldn't we have diversified before? Wouldn't we have diversified before? He wouldn't complain. He wouldn't complain. It's 8:15. It's 8:15. Birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky. The room lacks natural light. The room lacks natural light. Can monthly start? Can monthly start? He said, I'm going to the market. He said, I'm going to the market. They had been arguing about the movie for a while before deciding to watch something else. They had been arguing about the movie for a while before deciding to watch something else. I need to get some food for dinner. I need to get some food for dinner. Could not develop occasionally. Could not develop occasionally. Can I return an item if it is broken? Can I return an item if it is broken? Can you reach this address? Can you reach this address? It's beyond my jurisdiction. It's beyond my jurisdiction. He cannot pass the exam unless he studies. He cannot pass the exam unless he studies. He is a knowledgeable scientist. He is a knowledgeable scientist. Your sister is a therapist. Your sister is a therapist. As previously stated. As previously stated. I have a dog. I have a dog. Hasn't he finished his project yet? Hasn't he finished his project yet? He speaks confidently. He speaks confidently. My grandchildren were psychiatrists. My grandchildren were psychiatrists. Sometimes I take a nap in the afternoon. Sometimes I take a nap in the afternoon. It was my duty to help my friend in need. It was my duty to help my friend in need. Do you want anything else? Do you want anything else? Will you be able to attend the meeting tomorrow? Will you be able to attend the meeting tomorrow? The building was on fire. The building was on fire. Is there a cosmetics section in the store? Is there a cosmetics section in the store? If he doesn't get better, he could lose his job. If he doesn't get better, he could lose his job. Did you do 2 window cleaners the night before? Did you do 2 window cleaners the night before? The king cobra is the longest venomous snake. The king cobra is the longest venomous snake. They told me, we have decided to move to another city. They told me, we have decided to move to another city. He was driving his car when he saw a deer on the road. He was driving his car when he saw a deer on the road. Stronger than your friend. Stronger than your friend. We would analyze after 4 days. We would analyze after 4 days. Although expensive, the quality of the product is excellent. Although expensive, the quality of the product is excellent. I'm a big fan of the movie and can't wait to see it again. I'm a big fan of the movie and can't wait to see it again. He couldn't find his car keys. He couldn't find his car keys. Can you wait me? I'll be there soon. Can you wait me? I'll be there soon. If there is a chance of a storm, I will not go out. If there is a chance of a storm, I will not go out. Could I not go forward? Could I not go forward? After 3 nights they wouldn't be a base. After 3 nights they wouldn't be a base. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Not seen 1 minute ago. Not seen 1 minute ago. Is your stepmother an actress? Is your stepmother an actress? Did he make a machinist at night? Did he make a machinist at night? He likes to watch movies on the weekends. He likes to watch movies on the weekends. I'm listening to music. I'm listening to music. He can speak French, and his brother can too. He can speak French, and his brother can too. Updates on team structure changes. Updates on team structure changes. Your daughter is an artist. Your daughter is an artist. This is more expensive. This is more expensive. We are playing football in the park. We are playing football in the park. We could not agree. We could not agree. He wasn't a beekeeper 1 hour ago. He wasn't a beekeeper 1 hour ago. Did you wait 10 years? Did you wait 10 years? How often do they go on vacation? How often do they go on vacation? Doctors will operate in the hospital. Doctors will operate in the hospital. I wish I had the courage to speak in public. I wish I had the courage to speak in public. Can I use my loyalty card for a discount? Can I use my loyalty card for a discount? Wouldn't I be a weatherman every year? Wouldn't I be a weatherman every year? You don't even have to talk. You don't even have to talk. Every day we wouldn't notice. Every day we wouldn't notice. I understand the rules. I understand the rules. As a customer, I see relevant products and offers, so I prefer to shop here. Buying a mix of my groceries. As a customer, I see relevant products and offers, so I prefer to shop here. Buying a mix of my groceries. I have too much faith. I have too much faith. Our wife is a philosopher. Our wife is a philosopher. I want you to go. I want you to go. You should apologize for your rude comment. You should apologize for your rude comment. He won't eat until he finishes his homework. He won't eat until he finishes his homework. After 3 months, he should not be a shoemaker. After 3 months, he should not be a shoemaker. He cleaned his room. He cleaned his room. I like to read mystery novels. I like to read mystery novels. Can you occupy weekly? Can you occupy weekly? I wrote a letter to my pen pal. I wrote a letter to my pen pal. He needs to organize his desk. He needs to organize his desk. We didn't finish any tickets. We didn't finish any tickets. Can't we be photographers at 5 p.m.? Can't we be photographers at 5 p.m.? He is playing the guitar. He is playing the guitar. Problems can arise when people do not communicate. Problems can arise when people do not communicate. Have you seen this movie before it won an award? Have you seen this movie before it won an award? He is playing the guitar. He is playing the guitar. It can be published after 4 weeks. It can be published after 4 weeks. He did not become a shepherd 4 years ago. He did not become a shepherd 4 years ago. Was her sister a scavenger? Was her sister a scavenger? Your sister was the bartender. Your sister was the bartender. I don't have any friends and I feel really lonely. I don't have any friends and I feel really lonely. Students will present their projects to the class. Students will present their projects to the class. Can I use my smartwatch for mobile payments? Can I use my smartwatch for mobile payments? Makes itself. Makes itself. How often does he go for a walk in the park? How often does he go for a walk in the park? Bought 2 dresses but returned the pink ones. Bought 2 dresses but returned the pink ones. He forgot to bring his lunch. He forgot to bring his lunch. Don't think right away. Don't think right away. I didn't see any problem. I didn't see any problem. What will happen? What will happen? So far, so good. So far, so good. Are we going to be architects every day? Are we going to be architects every day? The service of the restaurant where we ate last night was very good. The service of the restaurant where we ate last night was very good. Continuously. Continuously. How much money do you have? How much money do you have? I will build a bridge. I will build a bridge. The article explores the link between diet and mental health. The article explores the link between diet and mental health. May not cause. May not cause. Shouldn't they kiss? Shouldn't they kiss? These chairs need to be repaired. These chairs need to be repaired. Does this creature actually exist? Does this creature actually exist? A mosquito just bit me. A mosquito just bit me. Wouldn't he hate? Wouldn't he hate? Was he preparing for a job interview before he got the call? Was he preparing for a job interview before he got the call? Could you please provide a list of your current medications? Could you please provide a list of your current medications? Then I can't. Then I can't. Let me know if you want to reschedule. Let me know if you want to reschedule. It is very strong, it can lift heavy weights. It is very strong, it can lift heavy weights. The baby is crawling on the floor. The baby is crawling on the floor. Didn't tile before? Didn't tile before? Uncertainty. Uncertainty. I will shop. I will shop. Do you have to report after 3 months? Do you have to report after 3 months? You shouldn't enjoy. You shouldn't enjoy. He went to the library to borrow some books. He went to the library to borrow some books. Couldn't he have stepped in 3 centuries ago? Couldn't he have stepped in 3 centuries ago? He has been playing the guitar since his childhood. He has been playing the guitar since his childhood. Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? We are learning how to salsa. We are learning how to salsa. He needs to learn to play the guitar. He needs to learn to play the guitar. Very little. Very little. I don't deserve to be treated like this. I don't deserve to be treated like this. Doesn't it spill? Doesn't it spill? This is very difficult. This is very difficult. It was my duty to help my friend in need. It was my duty to help my friend in need. We were not sent. We were not sent. Shouldn't they get off the ship? Shouldn't they get off the ship? I wish we could have visited the museum before it closed. I wish we could have visited the museum before it closed. Didn't I talk? Didn't I talk? Do they mean? Do they mean? Is your cousin a scientist? Is your cousin a scientist? They won't open the package until they get the confirmation. They won't open the package until they get the confirmation. Sorry for interrupting. Sorry for interrupting. Can they see 5 years ago? Can they see 5 years ago? Would they monk every week? Would they monk every week? Doesn't it change after 2 weeks? Doesn't it change after 2 weeks? Is there any milk left in the carton? Is there any milk left in the carton? We were passing through the countryside. We were passing through the countryside. I like to listen to jazz music. I like to listen to jazz music. He was writing a letter when the pen ran out of ink. He was writing a letter when the pen ran out of ink. What will you do tomorrow? What will you do tomorrow? Consistency. Consistency. The composition of the student was deemed insufficient to pass the course. The composition of the student was deemed insufficient to pass the course. Could they be headhunters? Could they be headhunters? He did not dress at night. He did not dress at night. They can dance very well. They can dance very well. I am planning to visit my friends next weekend. I am planning to visit my friends next weekend. Your children are models. Your children are models. Yes, we have a shuttle to the airport. Yes, we have a shuttle to the airport. We stayed in a hotel during our vacation. We stayed in a hotel during our vacation. He left early for the meeting. He left early for the meeting. Your mother asked me to take care of you. Your mother asked me to take care of you. If they had come sooner, they wouldn't have missed the start of the movie. If they had come sooner, they wouldn't have missed the start of the movie. Can't blame 5 p.m.? Can't blame 5 p.m.? I studied math. I studied math. Despite the busy schedule, they always find time for each other. Despite the busy schedule, they always find time for each other. Doesn't it normally diversify? Doesn't it normally diversify? You should have seen the movie, it was great. You should have seen the movie, it was great. Could you butcher last year? Could you butcher last year? Workers have been building the house for months. Workers have been building the house for months. He has already started his new course. He has already started his new course. His brothers were art directors. His brothers were art directors. Are our cousins carpenters? Are our cousins carpenters? Are their mothers cops? Are their mothers cops? Shouldn't we go to the dermatologist later in the morning? Shouldn't we go to the dermatologist later in the morning? Was his uncle a controller? Was his uncle a controller? Finally, it does not work normally. It does not work normally. Should surround it every day. Should surround it every day. If you save money, you can't buy a car. If you save money, you can't buy a car. Please choose me. Please choose me. I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand. What do you think about removing carbon in car technologies? What do you think about removing carbon in car technologies? Get bored. Get bored. Was your spouse a coroner? Was your spouse a coroner? When did you come to school? When did you come to school? We couldn't listen right away. We couldn't listen right away. They're throwing a party next weekend. They're throwing a party next weekend. I won't be able to take a long vacation sooner than next year. I won't be able to take a long vacation sooner than next year. Will they contact? Will they contact? Didn't they see you soon? Didn't they see you soon? We are planting flowers in the garden. We are planting flowers in the garden. Could you please give me the book on the table? Could you please give me the book on the table? How much does a bag of coffee cost? How much does a bag of coffee cost? Are you trying to say what your criteria are? Are you trying to say what your criteria are? Despite being young, he has accomplished a lot in his career. Despite being young, he has accomplished a lot in his career. The teacher is explaining the lesson to the students. The teacher is explaining the lesson to the students. The bus was late due to bad weather. The bus was late due to bad weather. We cannot deny. We cannot deny. Airport shuttle fee is $10 per person. Airport shuttle fee is $10 per person. If it snowed a lot, we would make a snowman. If it snowed a lot, we would make a snowman. Are their mother-in-laws fashion designers? Are their mother-in-laws fashion designers? Can monthly start? Can monthly start? You shouldn't usually be a stewardess. You shouldn't usually be a stewardess. Must hate the moon. Must hate the moon. He fixed the bike. He fixed the bike. Rarely can you repeat? Rarely can you repeat? I rarely drink soda. I rarely drink soda. Can't they be aviators soon? Can't they be aviators soon? You and I should talk about what's going to happen. You and I should talk about what's going to happen. They visited a museum over the weekend. They visited a museum over the weekend. He held the book in his hand. He held the book in his hand. Do they have to craft weekly? Do they have to craft weekly? Will there be a night watchman? Will there be a night watchman? Do you babysit often? Do you babysit often? Children are playing in the park. Children are playing in the park. I ate eggs for breakfast. I ate eggs for breakfast. Not sure if I really want to go. Not sure if I really want to go. I'm going to the tennis courts. I'm going to the tennis courts. My aim is to go to school. My aim is to go to school. He was shopping at the mall when he saw a famous celebrity. He was shopping at the mall when he saw a famous celebrity. The children are playing hide and seek. The children are playing hide and seek. Did you pour the year? Did you pour the year? Do not tell me. Do not tell me. The children were swimming in the pool. The children were swimming in the pool. Brown is the color of dirt. Brown is the color of dirt. Your friend is the installer. Your friend is the installer. He couldn't speak normally. He couldn't speak normally. His nephew is an auditor. His nephew is an auditor. My stepson was an artist. My stepson was an artist. How often does it come to us? How often does it come to us? The man speaking to the police is a witness. The man speaking to the police is a witness. What does this mean? What does this mean? My sister was the messenger. My sister was the messenger. Can he sign then? Can he sign then? These are noisy birds. These are noisy birds. I'm surprised you can do this. I'm surprised you can do this. I'm asking my girlfriend out. I'm asking my girlfriend out. Does not remember. Does not remember. Show off. Show off. Have to have. Have to have. Can you believe it's April already? Can you believe it's April already? Does it invest? Does it invest? Over time, we will see the effects of our hard work. Over time, we will see the effects of our hard work. Can I help with anything? Can I help with anything? Can you take my temperature? Can you take my temperature? Wouldn't it then expand at midnight? Wouldn't it then expand at midnight? Won't you measure at dawn? Won't you measure at dawn? Do you know where the museum is? Do you know where the museum is? Are you responsible? Are you responsible? Will there ever be a curator? Will there ever be a curator? I have a meeting with my boss at 2 o'clock. I have a meeting with my boss at 2 o'clock. They will study for the exam tomorrow. They will study for the exam tomorrow. To try. To try. I do not feel good. I do not feel good. Let me go. Let me go. I am doing my homework. I am doing my homework. Can you spare some time for me? Can you spare some time for me? Sorry, I didn't understand that. Could you please repeat? Sorry, I didn't understand that. Could you please repeat? To present. To present. Summer is hotter than winter. Summer is hotter than winter. The teacher had the students solve math problems as homework. The teacher had the students solve math problems as homework. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. They were fishing in the lake when they caught a big fish. They were fishing in the lake when they caught a big fish. My classmate likes to play football. My classmate likes to play football. They are swimming in the pool. They are swimming in the pool. You don't become a beekeeper at noon. You don't become a beekeeper at noon. We'd rather eat out than cook tonight. We'd rather eat out than cook tonight. Do you sell gift wrapping supplies? Do you sell gift wrapping supplies? They bought a new car. They bought a new car. Don't we need to fill it often? Don't we need to fill it often? I won't be able to take a break until I'm done. I won't be able to take a break until I'm done. You don't go to a place like this. You don't go to a place like this. Perception. Perception. We're going on a camping trip next weekend. We're going on a camping trip next weekend. Can you help me find the nearest gas station? Can you help me find the nearest gas station? They had been working overtime for weeks to meet the deadline. They had been working overtime for weeks to meet the deadline. They will worry. They will worry. I'm meeting with my agent tomorrow to discuss my new book. I'm meeting with my agent tomorrow to discuss my new book. Can't you draw? Can't you draw? We shouldn't shout after one night. We shouldn't shout after one night. He played video games all day. He played video games all day. The garden gets greener with every rain. The garden gets greener with every rain. Their stepmother is a golfer. Their stepmother is a golfer. I will not stoop to his level. I will not stoop to his level. Can't you add noon? Can't you add noon? He played guitar in a band for many years. He played guitar in a band for many years. He had a green shirt. He had a green shirt. Gaining weight. Gaining weight. Can't help at noon? Can't help at noon? If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. He wishes he could talk to his deceased loved ones. He wishes he could talk to his deceased loved ones. Above all, safety is our priority. Above all, safety is our priority. Those flowers are beautiful. Those flowers are beautiful. I bought new running shoes to participate in a marathon. I bought new running shoes to participate in a marathon. Well, nowadays there is a lot of investment in my country. Well, nowadays there is a lot of investment in my country. Better get out early to avoid traffic. Better get out early to avoid traffic. Can you weigh these tomatoes for me? Can you weigh these tomatoes for me? Am I not always lost? Am I not always lost? Did we like this song? Did we like this song? The message was accidentally deleted. The message was accidentally deleted. Did you do it? Did you do it? If it rained, we would watch movies at home. If it rained, we would watch movies at home. I need new batteries. Can you give me fresh ones? I need new batteries. Can you give me fresh ones? The art collection in the museum was impressive. The art collection in the museum was impressive. Do you have an apple? Do you have an apple? They went to Europe last summer. They went to Europe last summer. He will graduate from college next year. He will graduate from college next year. Can't he usually be a musician? Can't he usually be a musician? Despite the noise, he managed to concentrate on his work. Despite the noise, he managed to concentrate on his work. Do we need MVP? Do we need MVP? They would not be watchmen after the 3rd century. They would not be watchmen after the 3rd century. The book is longer than I expected. The book is longer than I expected. Maybe another time. Maybe another time. The company should have done a market research. The company should have done a market research. I was studying when you came home. I was studying when you came home. They could control it 2 years ago. They could control it 2 years ago. Do you have a limit each week? Do you have a limit each week? I don't care about the week. I don't care about the week. I'm going to the farm. I'm going to the farm. Which day? Which day? Won't it solve? Won't it solve? Single. Single. After completing this task, we can move on to the next one. After completing this task, we can move on to the next one. I listen to music while working. I listen to music while working. What time does the train leave? They asked. What time does the train leave? They asked. His computer is faster than mine. His computer is faster than mine. She likes to do yoga in the morning. She likes to do yoga in the morning. The team did not win the championship. The team did not win the championship. Did you eat or drink before arriving at the airport? Did you eat or drink before arriving at the airport? If the floor is not wet, I will go out. If the floor is not wet, I will go out. You should practice speaking English every day. You should practice speaking English every day. We need a lawyer, someone to help him. We need a lawyer, someone to help him. Ahead. Ahead. We are planning to visit our elders next month. We are planning to visit our elders next month. He attended a workshop to learn about photography. He attended a workshop to learn about photography. He goes to work in his car. He goes to work in his car. Haven't I been a cop woman often? Haven't I been a cop woman often? You're kicking at sunset. You're kicking at sunset. They signed up for a coding boot camp to learn programming. They signed up for a coding boot camp to learn programming. They didn't come 4 seconds ago. They didn't come 4 seconds ago. What is the best way to get to the airport? What is the best way to get to the airport? Go on, please. Go on, please. The red car is faster than the blue one. The red car is faster than the blue one. As the finish. As the finish. Yes, we have several rooms with 2 beds. Yes, we have several rooms with 2 beds. Doesn't he eat later? Doesn't he eat later? There hasn't been a dean for 5 weekends before. There hasn't been a dean for 5 weekends before. International organizations are important to global trade. International organizations are important to global trade. We celebrate our anniversary every year. We celebrate our anniversary every year. 21st century. 21st century. They are playing video games. They are playing video games.